Hi, Tom Strasser here, and I want to talk to you today about learning to love ourselves. Love yourself. We've been told for many centuries, for millennia actually, that we should love our brother as ourself, as Buddha said. Jesus said we should love our neighbor as ourself. And now we begin to see this, that they're not just telling us that we should love everybody else, we should love other people. Of course we should. But they're telling us we're only capable of giving or receiving love as we love ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves in a healthy way, not an egotistical love that puts us above other people, that makes us discount other people, but a love that really takes care of us. So we have to understand that love, when we're looking at love your neighbors yourself, what we're talking about is love. It's an active and healthy concern for a person's well being, an active and healthy concern for someone's well being. That's what it is. So we can see how we should have this active and healthy concern for our own well being. Of course, we should. So we can learn to love ourselves. And this is a three-step process. If we want to look at it, we can realize we should love ourselves. We can realize that we want to do this in a healthy way. But then how do we do it? Well, the three steps is we have to know ourselves, then we have to accept ourselves, and that will lead to loving ourselves. Know yourself, accept yourself, love yourself. Know yourself, not easy. We want to know what makes us the way we are, what got us to this point in life, whether I'm 20 years old or 70 years old. What makes me feel, think, and react the way I do? What makes me discomfort in here? What brings me discomfort? What brings me chaos here in my mind? What keeps me awake at night when I can't sleep? What gives me problems? Why do I have problems with other people? Why do I let other people dictate the way I feel? Why do I let them push my buttons? We have to look at all these things. Know ourselves. We have to look at what makes us fearful, what makes us angry, what makes us anxious. Why do we react this way with other people? Why do we let other people control our feelings? We have to look at our honesty, our sincerity, our truthfulness, all these different facets. And when we do that, we often, to make an honest survey of that, we need to pause for a few minutes before we start and ask this inner spirit for help. This inner spirit to help us see how it affects our relationships, how it affects our mind, how it affects our feelings. Help us see these things in an honest and truthful way because we're looking at something that's going to transform our life. So we pray and we look at these things. And then we look at these, as we're looking at these, we look at the difference between mistakes and patterns. Everybody's going to make mistakes. I don't care where you are in this life, how many years you've tried to lead this spiritual path, we're going to make mistakes. Because, see, if God would have wanted us perfect, He could have made us perfect. He could have zapped us into perfect beings. But He didn't do that for a reason. He gave us free will choice, He gave us this wonderful mind, and He gave us this divine spark within us, our divine inheritance. He gave us those three things. So we could learn from experience and slowly grow and choose whether we wanted to share this life with Him or not. Then, as we learn to, if we choose to share this life, then we can start to look at this from a different viewpoint. We start to see a different way of looking at this. And we accept ourselves. We are human beings. We will make mistakes. That's okay. But we learn to look at the patterns. What makes me so sensitive and so afraid of other people that I will change what I believe or what I think or what I say so that they will like me? What makes me have to take selfies of myself and post them out here so people will tell me, oh, you look nice, your hair's nice, or whatever it is? Why am I so insecure? And the reason why, quite often, is I haven't found this connection. So, as I'm going through this self evaluation, this appraisal, I really have to look at the why I do these things and to look at the patterns. Because, see, the mistakes, we're going to do them, but patterns are difficult to overcome, and we need to identify the patterns of behavior that keep giving us pain and chaos and discomfort. Then when we do that, then we can move to that second phase, accept ourselves the way we are. We are a human being. As I said, we're not perfect. We're not going to be perfect, but we're a child of God. We have this divine spark, this divine inheritance that will lead us to change and be ever better and lead us ever closer to our divine parent. We are a child of God. We are a child of God. A child. We're not an adult, somebody of a higher power. We are a child. We'll be a child and even forget as old as I am. We're still a child. So we are a child of God. And we will hopefully learn to say we accept us for where we are. Because see, acceptance is so important. When I have this discomfort down through here, when I have this chaos up here, I'm not accepting something. And I have to learn to accept this, everything about me. I am the way I am, but that doesn't mean I have to stay that way. I can change. I can find a different life. I can improve. I can improve my feelings, my mind, my relationships. I can improve all these things. I can change. I can find this connection and work on this connection of this transforming power inside me, and I can change. And I can learn to love myself, really to have that active and healthy concern for my own well being. Now, stop and look when we have this wonderful feeling of value, when we are all right with ourselves and we are okay, and know we're going to make mistakes, but it's just part of being human, and we're okay with ourselves, then we don't make these relationships on the basis of need. I don't need that person to approve of me. I don't need them to say, oh, you look nice, you do this. I don't need to give them the power over me that they can control my feelings. I'm okay by myself. Learn to love yourself. Learn to have that active and healthy concern for your own well being. It will change your life. It will change the way you sleep at night. It will change your relationships. It will change everything about your life when we honestly realize and sincerely realize that we have a value. We are a child of God. We are in a human experience, learning each time when we make mistakes, we learn from it and grow. So love yourself. This is a wonderful opportunity for transformation. Love yourself. Namaste.